Hello, welcome to the Happy Yokini. My name is Jean. Today's video and sequence is designed for postnatal bodies. So of course anybody can do this, but in particular we're focusing on the things that somebody who has just had a baby, well, some time ago, that would help their body to recover from that event. So it's very, very important to ensure that you have checked with your doctor to make sure that it is okay for you to go back to physical activity of this nature before moving forward with it. Generally, that's at least 8 weeks, but certainly talk to your provider and do what they say. Your body will be ready when it's ready. We don't want to rush anything, don't want to hurt anything. So what we'll be doing today is focusing a lot on like toning of that inner thighs, the pelvic floor, a little bit of core. So you'll want to have a block handy as well as a strap. So take that block or block-like object, come to sit on it in this hero's pose. And the reason we'll sit here is it helps to bring some awareness to the pelvic floor as that bottom of the pelvic floor is touching the block. So we'll take a moment here just to center, bringing attention inward, taking some breaths. Noticing where the legs are touching the floor, where the pelvic floor is touching the block, how the upper body is just kind of hanging out in space. And then we'll do a little bit of breathing to really help bring some awareness to the pelvic floor. So turn the attention again to where you're touching the block. And no tension here, no stress in the body, but as you inhale, keep the attention on the pelvic floor. See if you can notice and can sense that little bit of billowing, bulging out and down. And then as you exhale, it starts to pull in and up, not to any great extent. Inhale, allow the belly to be soft. Notice that little bit of bulging. Exhale, allow it to soften. 2 more rounds on your own. And if you can't quite feel it, because it is subtle, then imagine it. And when you're ready, gently blink the eyes open. We'll start with some head and neck rolls. So allow the chin to drop to the chest. Inhale to roll the chin to one side. Exhale back to center. Inhale to the opposite side. Feel free to move through this on your own, or if you want to hang out on one side for a few, that's totally cool. So with holding that baby, so much tightness, tension develops in the shoulders, the upper back. There's a lot of achiness going on, especially if you're spending a lot of time breastfeeding. Might spend a lot of time looking down. So hopefully this will help provide a little bit of relief to that. And the next time you find your chin down, go ahead and lift the head up. Grab your strap or strap-like object, a belt, a scarf, anything like that. Extend your arms out in front of you. Hands are going to be wider than shoulder width apart. On the inhale, bring the arms up, and as you exhale, allow them to fall any amount. And inhale to come up and back forward. 2 more times. Again, really good movements to help loosen up those shoulders and arms, open up the chest and back. I can't remember if that was all of those or not, so we'll make sure we do one more. And then we'll let the strap go to the sides. Take your fingers, your hands, interlace the fingers, press your palms away from you. Allow the spine to round, the shoulder blades to separate, the head to drop. Feel this in the arms, the upper back, the back of the neck. Then on an inhale, start to straighten up, reaching arms up towards the sky. Press through one palm, a little bit of a side body stretch here. Press through the other palm, a little bit of a side body stretch here. Then release the hands down to the sides. Take some shoulder shrugs, anything that feels good, maybe some head and neck rotations. And then when you're ready, we'll take it off of that block. We'll come to a tabletop position. Fingers are spread wide as the palms press into the floor. Tops of the feet press into the floor. We get some activation of the core just right here. We'll move through some little mini vinyasa flows. Bring that block, put it between the thighs and press the thighs together. Walk the hands forward a little bit. Inhale, and as you exhale, start to lower all the way to the floor. On an inhale, a little back bend, maybe a little cobra. And then exhale to tuck the toes. Lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Keep those thighs squeezing that block. And we'll move through it 2 more times. So on an inhale, the knees come down to the floor. Exhale to lower. Inhale for a back bend. Exhale to come back into downward facing dog. Pressing through the palms, long side bodies, long sides of the body. Then inhale to shift forward, knees to the floor, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Squeeze those thighs towards each other, press into that block, and then go ahead and set that block up towards the front of the mat. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, forward fold. You might want to have the block here. And then start to bend into the knees really deeply. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace fingers, squeeze shoulder blades together here. Then start to keep the knees bent, but press into the feet. Just start to lift up, heart opener here, and then press all the way up to standing. Shrug the shoulders, a little bit of this washing machine action. And then we're gonna do some more toning, strengthening of the inner thighs with some wave squats. So much like we did in the prenatal class. On the inhale, we're gonna bend the knees, maybe sweep the arms back. You can use hands on the block if you need that for support. And then as you exhale, press into the feet, the thighs, reach the arms up. Inhale down, exhale up. 3 more times. All right. Let's just go ahead and go down one more time. Forward fold. And then start to make your way down to the floor, coming onto the back. So start by bringing the knees into the chest. Give them a hug, squeeze, maybe a little roll around on the spine. Then let the left foot come down to the floor, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. This might be your posture today, but if you want a little bit more sensation, lift that left foot up, keep the feet active. Maybe you reach through that little keyhole. If you want a little bit more sensation in that outer right hip, you can use your right arm to press the right thigh away from you just a little bit. And then explore this. Either stay still like this, or maybe even rock from side to side. Come back to stillness. If you are rocking, allow that left foot to come back to the floor. Uncross the legs, and as you're ready, left foot crosses, left ankle crosses over right thigh. Again, this might be where you are. Pelvis is always a little bit different. It's never completely symmetrical, so one side's going to feel a little weird. Stay here, or bring that right foot up. Again, feet are active here. Pulling the toes towards the shins. Stay still, or some movement. And come to stillness. If you are moving, bring that foot back down to the floor. Uncross the legs. So I invite you here to take a Shavasana. I'm going to go ahead and sit up. So when you sit up, you want to log roll over with one side and press yourself up. Don't just come right straight up. Any version of Shavasana is great, but I would suggest something with some heart opening. So if you have a bolster, some blankets that you can lie on top of and open the chest, that's going to be really good. You can take a look at the Queen's Pose video where we set up into that restorative, very supported posture. That would be great as well. Whatever you do, make sure that you're taking some time for yourself, because babies are a lot. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'll see you again soon.